Hey everybody, just a quick intro message before we get started with the commentary track. Now, this is actually my second upload of this because while I did do the commentary for this, I uploaded it to YouTube and it had some copyright issues. And I thought it was only one segment that needed to be trimmed out, which I didn't want to trim anyway. And when I went to check out the trimmed segments, it turns out there were multiple trim segments that were all over the commentary track, basically just annihilating it from beginning to end. So what I decided to do is that I decided to put a filter over this video. I'm hoping it works, and if this is the case, this might be the go-to for later commentary tracks that we're going to be seeing. So like the next, like Spider-Man 3, if that becomes the case, then it's definitely gonna happen. But I'm sorry to have to do this, but you know, it's just YouTube and whatnot. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the commentary track that you're about to watch, and just have a great night. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and take care of yourselves. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another commentary track. We just released one yesterday, but you know, we're just gonna continue along with our train of videos. So yeah, we're here with the next movie that I did after the first Spider-Man. We're here with Sam Raimi's seminal classic, Spider-Man 2. And yeah, this one was, oh boy, I was not expecting to take this long, you know, getting back into the swing of things. Before being beat out by other films. With its success in Spidey's being at an all-time high, a sequel was inevitable, and shortly after the release of the first movie. So the thing was that there was, between Green Lantern and this, and technically the 100 subscriber video, there was a large gap of time. It was like months. I'm trying to remember when exactly I'm trying to remember when the first theater, but I did have the VHS, which might have been a Christmas gift. Along with the chicken pox. I was trying to remember how long. I think that the Green Lantern video came out at the end of April, and this one was in August. So firstly, I want to look at our opening titles just for a second. So it was at least like 3 months or so. I mean, the 100 subscriber special was at the end of July, which you know, isn't the biggest gap of time when it comes to my videos particularly, but it was you know, I had my reasons, and it was just mostly due to I had a roommate in the next room, and you know, I felt it wasn't really necessary to kind of, you know, while he was moved in there for a little bit. It was my brother. He was living in the room right next to me, and so I figured, like, you know, just to avoid, you know, whatever, I was just like, well, let me take, you know, some time before he moves back down in the basement. And so yeah, he was up here, and I was just like, well, you know, if I'm trying to do videos at night, like, usually it's just like I'll stay up, you know, past midnight. Sometimes I'll be up till like 4 in the morning doing these videos, and he'll be playing on his Xbox with his friends and whatnot. So it was just kind of a interference type thing. He's a pretty loud guy when it comes to gaming. I love you, bro, but yeah. So anyway, so that gap of time happened. He moved downstairs again. I think I made these 2 videos when he was still up here, but so So I was just like, I gotta get back to doing these because, you know, I have plans in October and, you know, I just want to kind of get some videos done. So I was like, okay, let me just work on the movie stuff. Let me get back to that. Because we hadn't done a movie review since fucking, was it February? See, that was a long stretch between those videos particularly, but so I decided to work on this one, and I'm trying to remember how long it took me to actually make this, because of course I had to watch the movie, write the script, whatnot. I think that took maybe like a few days or so. It took a couple like sittings at least for Spider-Man 2. I remember at one point I was writing the script because what I do for the movie, if I didn't mention this beforehand, what I do for the movie reviews is that I'll watch the movie, and I'll write it as I watch it. Usually I'll be playing it on like my computer and stuff, whether I'm playing it on like a DVD, like my external disk drive. I'll watch it there. Sometimes I watch my digital versions on YouTube. I have a couple of them. The Sam Raimi trilogy is one of them particularly. And I was just like, you know what, maybe just for the sake of it, let's you know, do that. So I wrote part of it. Actually, this was where, you know, the him walking with the bike, that's where the first writing session ended, and then it took a little bit, like it took a few days for me to come back to this. I don't know why. Maybe I was just kind of just like, you know, it's a 2-hour plus movie, so it's just trying to write a script for this was a little bit daunting. Now I'm still trying to get used to the idea of doing these. So Dr. Honjo, this was popular at the time, so it makes this video extremely dated, but like I thought it was just funny having that. And it's funny realizing that Dr. Han was in a Spider-Man movie. He's in a few Marvel movies. He's in the 2003 Hulk movie, if I remember correctly, as well. So, but it's funny. So I came back to this. It didn't take that long. I want to say the whole thing was like, for the script at least, it was about a week total. And I remember I started working on this right after the 100 subscriber special, the Iron Man revisit. So I was kind of meandering a little bit. I was trying to get some stuff done with this. I got the script done in about a week, and then it took a few more days just to record the VL. You know, I had the copy of the movie to edit with, and you know, some jokes I thought it would be a little like one of the cut ideas I had for, because I thought some jokes were going to be a little, you know, complicated or whatnot. One of the cut ideas was that first joke with Peter running over why did I say Dr. On? When he is about to run over Mr. Aziz, I was going to record myself like looking up into the air as if he's like flying over me or whatnot. I don't know why I didn't do it, but I think it faded, like cutting to black immediately was a nice just kind of way of doing that too. And I think I did try and record it on my camera. It just didn't look right. So I opted to just kind of like, you know, just do the whole fade to black sort of deal, and you know, and you know, have the sound effects and whatnot just kind of ready for that. But so yeah, as far as editing this video particularly, I remember this taking a while too. I'm like I might be stretching this whole thing out in my head, but I feel like it felt longer to edit this than it was to actually like write the script. And I think also too, I was just kind of working on it in my downtime. Like it's just, you know, with my job and whatnot and other things, I was just kind of like I was just kind of like, you know what, maybe, like, just working on this on my downtime and, you know, just kind of doing what I can to avoid issues and whatnot. So it felt like it took a lot longer than it was supposed to, but I love that joke too. There's some jokes in here that, there's one joke near the beginning with, Dr. Connors, the one with the Halloween candy, the trick-or-treat joke, and, I put that in, I was just like, well, that could be fun. And I'm so glad that somebody in my comments, like, it was my friend Melody, he caught on to that joke, and I was just like, I'm so glad, because that was meant for somebody like him, so yeah, so there was a few jokes in there, which I was like, okay, I know I gotta make. That one with, you know, punch me, I bleed, that was another one that was, like, just kind of a required one on my list. Sometimes when it comes to making these videos, like, sometimes I'll have jokes, you know, I'll have jokes just kind of ready to go, like, you know, I know what jokes I'll make throughout it, and some other ones is just, like, a kind of spur-of-the-moment type thing, like, the Dr. Han one was just, you know, it was just kind of, that one was just kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing, and, while I was writing the script, I just kind of had that idea. That Mary Jane cake one, originally I was going to have just, I was going to have a different picture in mind, just having Mary Jane fat ass on the screen. I'm like, well, that probably won't do as well. So I was just like, well, I'll put that panel in there just as a compromise, but, oh yeah, this Toby back one. This was another one that was just kind of like, you know, it'd be not like at least make a reference to that at some point or whatnot. But yeah.
I need to know something. Just one kiss.
But so. Oh god, there's another 8 minutes left. I thought this one was way shorter. I'm trying to remember how long the last movie was, or I think the first movie when I looked at it, it wasn't that terribly long. Let me look. Hold on. Let's see how much. Yeah, let's see how many minutes. Okay, yeah, that was like over 15 minutes. So now that's too bad. I thought this one was going to take longer. I was anticipating this review just when I was writing it. It was like, okay, this is definitely going to be like a 25-minute to like half-hour endeavor, and there's nothing to mock or complain about. So, and surprisingly, it was just like, yeah, it's just barely 19 minutes or almost 19 minutes or whatnot. It was slightly longer than... Oh, this joke. This was one that I wanted to make. This is one of my favorites that I did, too. I wish I could have executed a little better with my side of things. But, you know. Using a smart, Spidey saves the train, and it leads to a great moment with the people of New York. And yeah, the idea was for me to just get flung back into my chair, but... but I still really like that. It's been a while since I'm like slowly remembering certain jokes as I'm going along. But oh geez, so it's so weird watching these. But now we've reached the final encounter, which is a great fight between them. But when Spidey tries to stop the fusion reactor again, it doesn't pan out. So Peter has to get auto. I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Listen to me now. So even though this was like months after, the first movie, which was not the plan. This was not the plan of having these reviews just kind of spread out this length of time. Originally, it was going to be like maybe every other month, so like
So Mary Jane is Octavius dies.
like,
Peter tells her that they can't
so,
get together.
so Green Lantern came out in April, and this was going to be my May video. Because the beginning of 2023, the whole goal of it was to try and have at least 2 reviews a month, and then that plan fell. That plan failed immediately once the Deadpool video kind of happened, and the amount of time it took for that to come out. So I was like, okay, maybe just stick to 1 review a month, or at least try to, and so I was like, okay, maybe,
some other films in this franchise wishes they could achieve. One of the things I'm glad that it focused on
so I was like, okay, maybe 1 review, and then, yeah, for a couple months I was just kind of, MIA, but
the only thing I could never understand, even till this day, is why does Peter lose his powers? Is it self-doubt? Was it all Crisis in No Way Home, and that doesn't really help me either. Or that could be because I'm stupid. Besides that, we have a great narrative.
So I was just like, okay, maybe we'll try 1 a month, and then that failed immediately.
Not to mention being an incredible follow-up to what's come before. Now we move on to the other stuff.
So yeah, this video came out in. This video came out,
we're gonna start with
the end of, or in the beginning of August, if I remember correctly.
He still has that
let me check real quick. I should have had this better prepared, but you know, it's just kind of a thing. Okay, so yeah, the beginning of August, August 5th.
Even in costume, he has some great
August 5th, 2023. So, yeah, I just kind of, yeah. The whole goal after the Iron Man video was to like, just get this done as soon as as soon as heavenly possible.
I like him just as much as Green Goblin, and I'm glad he also got a chance to
and then I don't know, like it just this video came out, and I remember it did horribly in views. It was bad. Like the first one was like, it was pretty great as far as views. Like, if just looking at the view counter again, it was like almost 200 views, which I was not expecting at all. I was just I was not expecting it at all. I thought, like, because my videos have been like, usually when they came out around this time, it was just like, it was kind of a slow burn. So like,
Flying Snowboard Man,
maybe it was like 20 views when it started, but like, you know, it's just that kind of thing. So I wasn't expecting much when it came to actual views and what. But I did but that time it was pretty great for views, because it was just like the end of December of 2022 was it was pretty great with the Mario video that did super successful. The AVGN video was pretty great. The Friday the 13th video was not a smash hit when it came out, but the Superman one was good, and this one was just great too. And yeah, I was just like, well, we gotta keep the ball rolling. And Deadpool was pretty, like, it was good. Green Lantern was good for views. I'm trying to remember what Journey had. I don't think Journey had that great of a success rate. No, it didn't. But so it was like, it was kind of a decline, but like, as far as the expectations I had in my head. But yeah, it was like, I'm trying to, like, I think this video barely made it to like 20 views or something like that, or maybe even 15. I remember it was like pretty low, and I was like sharing this everywhere. I was, you know, it's just like, you know, watch the video if you want to see Spider-Man 2. I thought this was going to be like a monumental thing, and then it's like, it just died right away. But, you know, not to say that's your fault, but it's just, yeah. It's not. I'm joking. But speaking of Juggernaut in views, we'll get to that when we talk about our next movie, Spider-Man 3. Holy shit, that was crazy. But anyway, that is going to be it for this commentary. I know it was kind of all over the place, so yeah, I apologize for that. But we'll be back tomorrow with the next commentary, and yeah, we're gonna get these back into working order. So anyway, have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course, don't forget to take care of yourselves. See ya.